they say that it's entered in the Copyright Office in 1999. But I have copyrights before this with this same work from 95 and earlier. So what's interesting is they were counting on this being around, but then claiming that Tom Hanks and Wendy Wasserstein had recorded it first. Go back to the thing. Let's go back to this real quick, and we'll finish out. Okay, so they're claiming that date of execution is June 25th, 98. What the hell? Hold on a second. I just made a discovery.
And this keeps happening, folks. These things happen in real time with Tom all the time, constantly. He's like, wait a minute, what is this?
Oh my God.
June 25th,
Session. June 25th.
93.
So they went ahead and mocked. I'm sorry. I'm pissed. They went ahead and mocked and had Tom Assface, sorry, put down June 25th as his date of execution.
Oh, boy.
If I was
Lord.
allowed to give the finger online, I would give it right to Tom Hanks' face.
And you know, he knows he's in trouble. He's been talking about Fingered as being one of those Epstein people. And who can you name that has had more opportunities than Tom Hanks? It's like he has had every dream role, and he could basically write his own ticket from day one.
And who was
you know why?
Mentor? Yeah, who was to be my mentor in Hollywood when I was out there at Ellen Geer's Will Geer Theatricum, Botanicum, outside the LA Basin in Topanga Canyon? Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was to be my mentor in Hollywood along with Ron Howard.
And does someone deserve all? Is he so talented that he was like absolutely vital for all of these dream roles? No. He was bought and paid for. They've owned him from day one. And he is, you notice he doesn't speak out very much at all about anything that's going on in the world. He is sitting there. He shows up in his tie and he sits there and rolls his eyes when they say something controversial, because he's like, probably, they got me.
He's probably on an order not to talk. He's probably not supposed to talk,
to say the least. And if he does talk, he's probably been told precisely what to say.
His main handler too is gone. His main handler is just running for the hills. Kate Chilton. What's interesting in Man in the High Castle, you do have Chilton.
Try to find a picture of her, guys. Very important lady. Gone.
Try to find her. You'll find the one on the LGB site. So it's like you have this amazing thing. I did not see that before June 25th. So the point is, they're just mocking right and left on everything. And they know I was supposed to die and I didn't die. And so now they're running for the hills. They are running for the hills. And Pat Robertson has now passed away, we believe. So that means that the main orchestrator with Disney and Warner Brothers is gone. And they got a problem now because he was vehement about bringing me down.
I think they didn't understand that the internet would in the future reveal so much, or they might have been a little more conservative about what they were doing. I mean, what purpose did it serve? It's almost like they just want to laugh.
Well, they took that from me too, Windows. That's what I pitched at Millersville University when I was there. I wanted to go to Villanova. My dad sent me there instead. And I went to that where the professors were, adjunct professors that are visiting computer guys from Silicon Valley were there. And I was in 1980, fall 1980, it's on my transcript, computer class, which we're all passing because I never attended any classes. Went up and told them about, central learning area where you can live in your home and have a phone, movies, everything on your computer. It's personalized, and you open windows to expound on information to open another window. If you want to expound further, another window from a central learning area. So it's like they loved it. They ate it up and gave me a passing grade, even though I never even attended a class. That's the
internet. Yeah, all explained in detail in and you even have your ID where you got the white shirt and the tie, the exact thing that they put on the Thomas Anderson character, Thomas A. And you're like, oh my gosh.
That's the thing. If the only way you can get summary judgment is there's not one tribal issue. It can't be one tribal issue. Would you say Jack's the back of the neck is pretty central to the Matrix?
That's why this thing can never go to court. It'll lose in 60 seconds.
Yeah, all through this. So that's a tribal issue. Would you say a little girl at the train station where the parents are pushing her forward to enter it and they can't follow for a better life into the program would be Matrix nowhere else? Right here, proceeding all through here. Tribal issue. Would you say identical figures at the end facing off, one going in a crater, pulse wave coming out, rejuvenating the world, and a little girl at the train station hugging and pointing to the sun would be a Matrix thing? Right here, tribal issue. Would you say the author's name, high school, birthday, fiance's birthday, dad's name, and more in the first graphic would be something telling that maybe the author really did get ripped off? Tribal issue. Blocked, not entered. We've got them over and over with tribal issues.
And
One,
they've copywritten this thing 3 times under the De Laurentiis, I think, productions in 3 different ways.
under
And then it
immortal.
went to those European investment firms.
Yes, yes.
So it's so ridiculous.
As
It's
if
like they
they
hang themselves with each and every one, but they didn't think the internet would make. Maybe back then, they just didn't have the vision of the internet. No one really did, and they figured, oh, no one will ever know. But now we do
that's
know.
the funny thing. I did, and they got it from me. The whole thing of Windows and internet was what I was describing to my professors in 1980. And Steve Jobs and Bill Gates got it off of the professors that were at my class or teaching the class at Millersville University. They went back to California. And then you see that Michael Eisner, the biggest payoff he ever gave, he says, and he regrets it, was to Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, both frauds. They both stole the material and then argued, kept it between themselves and made it look like they were at odds with each other. They both were thieves. And now
the whole show, a ruse.
Yeah. And that's why in the Man in the High Castle, they have this thing where they say, it's very interesting. You have the one character saying to Smith says to Abernathy, right, which is an acronym. Amberson basically is an acronym of our name. But you have this thing he says to him. One second. Oh, right here. Okay. He says, your brain, Mr. Anderson, or Abernathy.
Oh, yeah.
Your brain that we want. And that's the same thing they said to me, was it's the mind. One of the things I've been told from the inside by people that are, give me information, they said that one of the things the Wachowskis were asking for when they had that, the red hand on the 4, remember the red hand on the 4 on my clock here with my exact birthday, 7/2/59.
Yes, I do.
Red 4 means assassinate, 44.
Mm.
One of the things they were asking for is that my head would be smashed in, symbolically erasing the mind that created what they their ladder where they made all their fortunes and fame, that they never have to look over their shoulder again. So not a pretty picture.
So share this out, guys. The more that this is shared, the bigger the safety net comes for Tom. So make sure this is extremely riveting and entertaining. I mean, it's so sad what's happened to you, but people love to see them get exposed. I know of no bigger. I watched those hearings, when they're attacking the CIA, when they're attacking the FBI. I watch them in real time if I can, or days and hours later. And it is the most fascinating thing to see happen. But people are just Netflix, Minecraft, that's all well and good. But what is happening, it stems back from way back, but now we can actually watch it happening in real time, and it's frightening. It's almost like Bible prophecy coming true. It's scary.
It is. Well, in the original work, you just made me think of it. In the original Immortals, the Neo character actually wins a major court case and is brought forward by the architect to try to bring the people out of Zion at the right time that he wants, right? Basically, the Oracle, I'm sorry, the Oracle is a man, not what they did to make it look like Sophia Stewart so they can say she stole it or had it. But it was actually modeled for myself, Parks, my middle name, Park. And what you have is that character is brought in to bring those people out. But what was I saying? There's something I was going to say that I actually lost my track of thought.
Court case.
I actually lost it there. Anyway, I was going somewhere with that, but maybe it'll come back to me. That rarely happens to me, but I've got a couple layers going right here.
Well, the complexity of the script itself is just baffles me. I mean, it's just so impressive. The more I talk to you, there's more and more and more. And man, I think that thing is so complicated. It's actually 3 movies. or more.
That's the thing. I've been asked if I had a part two, and I do. I do. That's buried, but I do have a part two, and I love it. I love the part two because it's like you can never really tell who the bad guys are, the good guys, or anything like that. It's very a mix of everything, and it because I was asked if I could write a part two, and I said I could do it in a month, and so I did
That's
compose a
cool.
part. Yeah.
That's cool. Maybe we should make a video sometime where you detail the story, what the script, just give us a 10-minute really in-depth rundown of the entire story. I don't know if that would kind of be a
We
kind
could
of a
do it.
spoiler, but I think
Well, I
people
mean,
would enjoy it.
we can skim it.
Yeah.
But one of the things is that they actually took the redrafted second part out of the Copyright Office. So, and that's
Ooh.
one I loved. I loved that one, and they made sure they did that before they shot um, the Matrix. And so, in that one, you've got this story where he's told that thing where he hears in his head she's still alive, and the architect does that or the architect's son does that actually to make Neo start the trail that they want. It's like starting a rat down the maze. When he hears that, he starts a chain of events where he's going to try to find her, of course, right? And they counted on that. Keep in mind, nanotech, transmitting nanotech is what it is, something like that. You can actually hear things because it's transmitting nanotech. It's what it does. It transmits. It's medical transmitting nanotech. So it's like putting a radio in your head.
This is not new information, guys. I saw a lady show with no uncertainty on like the Navy's U.S. government website, the nanotech. You literally, it can be brought in as a vapor, breathed in, and they can track you. It was shocking. They can kill you. They can blow you up.
They could do damage to your
remotely.
body. Just like that old movie way back, The Fantastic Voyage with Raquel Welch, way long ago.
Yeah.
They can go in and attack organs and things like that. It is that bad and that scary. And but yeah, if you look at let's look at this real quick. I'm going to share this with you 1 second again.
Please.
About what Steven Spielberg stuck in about nanotech to show you how real this is.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, show our guys. Yeah,
this of course. Here is Captain John Anderton. This is added, as we said. I'll just recap. Added to Minority Report again. Philip K. Dick novel. So he sticks this in, which Philip K. Dick didn't have that rank and everything. My dad's naval rank and name. And then what you have is that he added the character Sean, or the backstory of a son Sean that was murdered. Philip K. Dick didn't have that, and so he adds that because my son Sean was murdered after pre-crime. Spielberg does this in 2002, and then my son is killed in 2018. So he's doing pre-crime by saying my dad's rank and name, and then saying that Tom Cruise's character is going to be put away in stasis on a 302, basically, because Sean has been murdered. Well, Sean was murdered. They put me right away on a 302 to put me in stasis. Now look at this other entry, though. The page flips, and why is it here? What do you see?
Molecular nanotechnology. Mechanical nano device triumphs.
A medical breakthrough. So Steven Spielberg stuck that right in front of your face. Anyone watching? That was stuck in front of your face after he's committing pre-crime by saying my son will be murdered and I'll be put away, as Tom Cruise's character was going to be.
Oh, people are sick.
Look at this.
These people are demons.
And this is what's in my head. So it's a nano device technique transmitter. And so then they can say, oh, he hears voices or something. They haven't turned that on yet. And I think they're following the screenplay. Like they said, they put me on my own screenplay, where, as I said, later in the screenplay, when it's the time they want it, at a most opportune time, they say, she's still alive. What if they activated it and did this? What if they suddenly said, your sons are still alive? What would I do? Would I go looking for them?
Yes.
It would start me.
I would.
I wouldn't be able to resist it. I'd start looking for them.
You know, and you know what this reminds me of, and we've talked about the alien factor. Those little devices they seem to find in the people who are abducted. I'm starting to think, I don't know. I can't believe that aliens would be so bad that they would not reveal themselves. I'm thinking maybe these are demons, or I mean, everyone, people have a problem with Jesus, but they believe in ghosts.
Mhm.
To me, one goes with the other. People have, they have a problem with hell or the devil, but they believe in, all dimensional beings. Well,
Mhm.
if these highly evolved beings evolve themselves into pure evil, I mean, I don't even understand that. Where are the benevolent, kind aliens saying, whoa, 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 we're getting a bad rap and we care about the human race? Well, where are you?
That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. And I'd love to answer that question from my perspective of what I've experienced. So,
Maybe we'll do that in the next show. I think that's an excellent subject. Angels, demons, aliens, interdimensional beings, the things that go on at the CERN facility. They say they've opened portals and spoken to something on the other side. But what do they do on the outside? They parade down the street in red cloaks and
right.
devil horns, and and now they've got people. We want your children. They are literally attacking children, and it's gone to a whole new level of evil just in
Yeah.
everyday life. And people, I suggest you pick up your Bible and learn a few things and make your peace with God, because this is not going in a good direction at all.
Last picture I took in Man in the High Castle for my studies tonight was that.
Oh, tonight. See, these coincidences happen to me and Tom like you wouldn't believe.
All the time.
All these things are happening. We were like thrust together. Even when we were pulled apart, I don't even know how it happened, but here we are. And I'm just going to, that's why I pray that the Holy Spirit guide us, because I think if we bring that kind of entity into this, we are pretty much bulletproof. I
Well,
hope.
it's like I believe that too, and we're being watched so closely. Like that wonderful star, we'll leave her name out right now, but she had said, "Your story is the greatest story." It's like if we are genuine, if we really are honest, genuine, compassionate, I believe, yes, that we will see a better world. We will see an amazing life where we won't, at the end of my life, I won't be going, I won't have any regrets. I'm going to be
And this
feeling
this
like life
star,
everything.
excuse me, but this star is a great example of protection,
Mhm.
because this great star is a beloved woman who has spoken her mind to the point where they have thrown everything at her, to destroy her career. And what has happened? She just more and more well liked. It's like everything they try to do just piles on the goodness and support from the good people of this great country and world. And I think we have the same protection behind us, Tom, and we're going to go into this with no fear. We're not going to stop either. And if you think you have a guess on who this is, please comment below, because I think Tom's going to reveal it. If we're trying to make a more safe contact, but we have heard from someone, and she is beloved, and she's all over the news. She's all over the entertainment industry, and try to guess who it is down below if you can. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, it really is that we are in position now, being called in, just like the screenplay, where the characters are called in right at the right time. And here we
Isn't it
are.
crazy how the screenplay is mimicking real events almost in real time? Talk about the Fitzpatrick factor real quick before we get out of here.
That's the amazing thing. And Brian Fitzpatrick, of course, we've said is he's a lifelong FBI operative out of Wilshire Boulevard, California. That's where the FBI, tall FBI
So don't
building,
trust him already.
mega complex, right? Same boulevard as Disney's on, and all these other film studio companies
Mm.
and investment firms in Hollywood. So he's also a Pennsylvania congressman. That's a conflict of interest. You can't be both. You can't be that legislative and judicial. So you have he's was appointed to the Ways and Means Committee, which is the one that conducts oversight over the 17 agencies. And yeah, so if I may, let me just share screen real quick again, not to drag this out too much,
Please.
but I want to
Mm-hmm.
do this for you. You can actually see this. I want you to see it for yourself. So let me drag us down a second, bring up this. Okay, here we go. So No, that's the goon he has working for him. So here is, look at his face.
I know all these goons.
Look at this. Look at his face. Look at his face. That's trying to look innocent. Nice. That's
Yeah.
Brian Fitzpatrick. Right. Here he is on Fox News. Okay, so here he is with the article where he disrupted Ukraine. He even says that he said Victor Shokum, which Biden's being pinned on right now, was a hindrance to anti-corruption efforts. And he claims that he's in the anti-corruption department. This is this guy.
Don't they always?
Yeah. So he was involved in destroying that man's career to disrupt Ukraine in 2014 to make it a puppet state by the Pentagon. Isn't that something? And
It's
all
so
that
obvious too when you look at the Ukraine. I mean, Zelensky is an actor, guys. He literally was an actor. He's not smart. He's a dumbass.
Now here's who he bought off: my sister, who became a monster.
That is the
I can't
serious
say
bad
I don't want her
loss.
to look at the red dress and everything. He gave her this reward, and he also, after the 302 attempts, gave her this attention. Look at this right here. Right after the 302, the very next day,
ouch.
Congress, her picture again, red dress, right?
You see that, folks? That's Tom's sister.
Yeah, and he has,
and that's Congress.
Yes.
What is she doing on that picture?
She's an elementary school counselor. She's not even licensed, and
everybody knows what's going on in the schools. The most heinous evil.
That's right. And just to make sure that he's with it, show that he's with her all the time. There she is. She became this horribly egocentric monstrosity, and she's all about success and power now. Lost my sister, and she's trying to make sure I get put away in the 302, and brags that Secret Service says Fitzpatrick hates you, Tom, and that the Secret Service will have you put away for life on a 302. And so after the 302 attempt, Brian Fitzpatrick enacted this rule, a statement on Justice and Policing Act. He tried to put through something that said legislation that called for needed reform, but legislation that we were also aware had several flaws, mainly regarding qualified immunity. He wanted to make sure that police force, any police officer around the country cannot be prosecuted for any crimes and have complete immunity. And he claims that they do nothing wrong ever. Therefore, they should have complete immunity. You can never, ever accuse a police officer of anything.
The ridiculousness of that.
Isn't that incredible?
Absolutely insanity.
Now, watch this. Here's the key. Fitzpatrick appointed in March 12, 2021. This is very important. To the House Intelligence Committee. The committee handles a range of issues. Listen to the issues, including cybersecurity. They can tap it because they're oversighting it. Election hacking. They can do it because they're oversighting it. Growing threats from both state and non-state actors. I like the way they put that.
Yeah, anybody see the relevance of that last sentence right there? Ouch.
Which includes, their intelligence. Okay, so here it is. The HPSCI is charged with the oversight of the United States intelligence community, which includes the intelligence-related activities of 17 agencies of the U.S. government and military intelligence programs. So by having this man, this Pee Wee Herman, right here, this Pee Wee Herman congressman, who's actually lifelong FBI. I have a picture off his desk in his office. For your eyes only, packet from Wilshire Boulevard, FBI. He's still operating as a congressman. And this idiot has oversight to stop the Holman Rule from being enacted. He can stop it. What's the Holman Rule? Real quick. Let's get to it. Let me see if I have it on here. Okay, I don't have it here. Let's go back, see if I have it up. I don't have it here. Okay, the Holman Rule is that Congress can do oversight on government agencies, right? They can oversee them, and they have quite the power over them, according to this rule, if it's called into play. I'm going to pull it up right now, and I'll show you manually what's going on. Here we go. Hold on. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Okay, here we go. Holman Rule. Okay, here's the Holman Rule. Let me go off share here.
Yeah.
The Holman Rule allows Congress to rein in the agencies, FBI and CIA. So what you have is, it says,
you can move around like chess pieces.
Reduce salaries of specific federal employees, including their bosses. Fire specific federal employees, including the bosses of CIA, FBI. Cut specific programs that the FBI and CIA are part of. Defund them. So what you have is this Holman rule. The only person they had in the Joker in the Watchtower was Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's second chair of the Ways and Means Committee, Oversight Committee. So Fitzpatrick, as long as he's a FBI operative and congressman, he can stop the Holman rule from being applied. He can stop any oversight or any actions on the agencies. And now that we're revealing him, they don't have protection anymore. Congress can rule over the
Thank
agency.
goodness McCarthy's gone and Johnson's in. Mike Johnson's a good Christian. Hopefully he seems to be anyway. Wow.
You have the
Wow.
key.
Wow. Wow.
You have the key. Now you understand why 4-4 was typed across my phone. They're in trouble. I've just blown the whistle on the main character that was under the radar that would stop any justice from being done.
And you barely hear about him. You
don't
barely hear about him, but there it is in black and white, folks. Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. There it is.
Well, let's hope that, we can gain some audience. We're being definitely throttled back. So everybody, I urge you to tell a friend. And if this relevance hasn't affected you, stay tuned. I mean, if there's more to come. And so Tom, don't give it to them all in one show. We want them to come back and keep coming back, because we're not just talking about the past. We're talking about the future and what's happening right now in real time. And it's riveting. And we got a lot of surprises coming up. So I hope you folks stick with us, because we don't even know where this is going. Again, that's why we're talking to God and saying, please just guide us, because we are fighting things that are just bigger than us. But somehow we are still going when they could just shut us down. But I don't know why they haven't killed you, Tom. I don't know why. They can do it, but
that's the accusations made to me now by low-level insiders. They're like, why is he still alive? It's like, I'm alive because I'm considered an asset because of what did Abernathy Man in High Castle say? What did Smith say to him? Because of the mind. I'm the one that came up or was given Neuralink, the enhancer. Also, everything in the screenplay came true. So all this stuff is coming through. So they consider me they call me, the Cabal calls me the library. So you don't burn your library again. They did it at Alexandria. They're not going to do it again.
And a wise man once said, and it affected me for years after that, we are in an information war, because there is a war on for your mind. And they're after you. And they took his sister's mind and twisted it into the most evil thing. It's so sad. It's so sad you could do that to your own brother, but that is the power of evil and the power of the deep state. And we don't even know exactly what we're dealing here with, folks. So please stick with us. And there's a lot more to come. Tom, what a great new show I think we did today. And let's keep this up. Maybe next time. Wait, what would you say we're going to talk about?
I think we're going to talk about the Matrix itself, the inserts, like what was put in the Matrix, what was supposed to be the original work, the Immortals.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and I'm really learning as our viewers are in real time. So this is the most exciting thing I've ever been involved with, Tom. Thank you for including me. And everybody stick with us, because I think the fun is just beginning, and it's going to be a wild ride. So you want to cut it right there?
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. And please stay tuned and share, subscribe. You know what to do. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.